Radyo Katipunan is now online. See our live feed on facebook.com/Radyo Katipunan. Check out our Instagram and our Twitter at Radyo Katipunan and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Radyo Katipunan FM for more exclusive content. Follow at Radyo Katipunan in our social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. We are now on YouTube. Watch all of our live episodes plus exclusive content in our channel at Radyo Katipunan FM. Don't forget to click subscribe and hit the bell to get the latest updates. Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of W Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo Miguel, radyo Katipunan. Radyo Miguel, radyo Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugo, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong. Ipag W Eagle, galing giting at igil, blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo Miguel, radyo Katipunan. Radyo Miguel, radyo Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Miguel, radyo Katipunan. Hello, hello, hello! Good afternoon to our lovely viewers of the day. This is Dagnienko, back from the depths of Canvas to bring you today's episode of Kuwentuhang MVP. Hope you're all doing great and staying safe in the recent chilly sweater weather. Laking sakit ng ulo ng power interruptions, pero sana masarap pa rin tulog nyo. Although, unfortunately, baka hindi nga mahibing ang tulog natin because we are only a little more than a week away from finals for the first quarter. And wow, does time go by. It's like it was only yesterday that I was setting up my notion for the SEM. But it seems that week after week of academic and org grinding have passed us by. Konti na lang, guys. Ika nga ng big time rush. We're halfway there, and looking back now, I never thought that I'd ever say we're halfway there. I don't know about you guys, but I've been thriving since I've enforced mental health breaks for myself. Spend time with your friends, play a couple hours of that brand new video game, if you know what I mean. I personally started working much more efficiently since I had these downtimes to look forward to. And speaking of thriving, I'm not the only one reaching high points in the past few weeks. In fact, 2 weeks ago, the sector-based cluster, aka SBC, of COAM launched High Point Highlights, a celebration of the different organizations under their cluster. This project aims to showcase and shine the spotlight on the advocacies of the different organizations under the SBC. On our last episode with Chris, we witnessed some members from the cluster, as well as some representatives from Musmos Ateneo, expound and give us insight to the inner workings of this project. To keep the ball rolling, let's welcome our featured organization this week with our friends from Ateneo EDGE, Iva Magsalin, Betti Coz, Eric Chan, and Miguel Evangelista. Hi guys!
Hi, Doggy.
Why don't you guys introduce yourself to our audience? Let them know your name, maybe your course, and of course, what your position is in EDGE. Let's start with Iva.
Hello, hi. So I'm Iva. I'm the president of Ateneo EDGE. So hi, Edgers, kung nanonood kayo, and hi sa area kids. I'm currently in 4 AV Literature Filipino. Thank you.
Wow, okay. So how about you, Bettina?
Guys, I'm Bettina and I am from 4 BS Life Sciences and I am the VP for Marketing of Ateneo EDGE. Good afternoon, everyone.
Wow, okay. So what about you, Eric?
So I'm Eric. I'm from 2BS Health Sciences and I am the AVP for Member Relations. And to all those watching right now, hello.
Yes, okay. So what about you, Miguel?
Hi, my name is Miguel and I'm 5BS Management and I am your 2020-2021 EDGE member. Yeah!
All right. We got some big positions here, folks. But before we move on, let's break the ice a little bit. Kamusta naman kayo? Coping well with ACADS and orgs? Let's reverse the order naman. Let's start with Miguel.
Oh, that's a question. Yeah. I'm dying. But kaya naman. Kaya ko to.
Kayanin. Yeah. Okay. What about you, Eric?
Also dying. I'm taking it one day at a time.
Kayanin yan. Konti na lang, guys. What about you, Bettina?
Hi, well, it's been a struggle, but sometimes I tell myself if I can't do it with substance, I do it with form. But I'm fighting.
Yes, yeah, power. And last but not the least, Iva.
Well, it's been on and off, actually. There are days where I'm able to write well, days where I'm not. But then, taking it one day at a time, as they said. Yeah.
Yes. Kaya natin to, guys. Konting-konti na lang. Now, alam kong Rec Week has ended around like 3 weeks ago, but how did it go for your org? Let's start with Iva.
Oh, well, actually, we didn't expect the number of members we got this year, and we're really happy. They're really good people in the org right now. It was very good. The promotions, I'm very proud of our marketing team. They did very well for our promotions, and that's what made Rec Week successful, I think. Other than that, I think we got people who were really committed to the advocacy. So I'm very grateful for everyone who joined Ateneo EDGE.
So, what does Bettina or Eric or Miguel have anything to say with their experiences in Rec Week?
Well, since they mentioned, thank you, Iva, for appreciating the marketing department. It really means a lot. I'd like to shout out to my creatives members, Mikey Magat and Sandra Velasco, for doing such a great job with their promotional materials. It wouldn't have been as successful as it was without them and without everyone's help. I'd just like to say that this Rec Week, among the 3 Rec Weeks I've worked on, had to be probably the best, even if it was online, because I really felt the org come together just for this one project, and I'm really happy about it.
That's so good to hear. What about you, Eric? In terms of member relations, how'd it go?
I was really happy with how it went because I got to interview the pool members and I really got to know them a little bit through that. And to be honest, I expected a little bit less people, pero I'm really happy with how it turned out. A lot of people joined, and shout out to my co-AVP, Ethan Perenio.
That's amazing news. For a member, what about you, Miguel?
I signed up. Yeah. Shout out to my mom for Nothing. I mean, for giving birth to me.
All right. So let's expound more on EDGE's advocacy, no? What does your org do? Let's start with our president, Iva.
Well, okay, thank you for that. In Ateneo EDGE, we design a fun learning experience to enable students to believe in themselves. So we reach out to a community of children who are aged 6 to 12, and we teach English and math. But more than just classroom traditional lectures, we want them to be able to empower themselves through the process and know that they're not alone in learning. And we want them to know that learning can be fun. Learning can be fun when they put their heart into it and learn with other people alongside them. So yeah.
I agree. What about you, Bettina?
Largely, I'd say the same thing. So I'll just add up to saying, I think the advocacy doesn't just apply to our sector, but also to our members, in which we all are in this journey to learning how to love what we do in school and not see it as a burden, but more of our opportunities, our single key, education as our single key to the variety of doors that we have before us and our future.
That's great. Do you have anything to add, Eric?
I think they said what I was about to say, Ren, so I'm good.
What about you, Miguel?
Well, I just wanted to say that there was a story that I remember. We had one area kid, and I remember he just randomly in the break, he would just write on the he drew on the blackboard like this drawing of Kakashi from Naruto. And then I was like thinking in my head na, this kid is really talented and he just needs to have the opportunity to showcase his talents. And I was thinking that maybe that one of the ways that we could do that also is to help educate him, because like as we know in this society, education, if you're the more educated you are, the more wanted you are from employers. So yeah, I just wanted it was just a nice thing to see, and it also reminds me of the advocacy of EDGE. So that's it.
I really admire your advocacy, guys. So given this advocacy, who's the main sector your org serves? Like, we know it's the children, but do you guys have like a specific area that you go to? Iva?
Oh yes, shout out to Park 24 Samahan. Okay, so sa Marikina sila, and we've been with them for almost 5 years. So it's a very tight-knit community. We only have one community, we only have one sector we serve, but it's good, no? Kasi we've been able to focus on them for the past few years, and the kids are very sweet, and the parents are also very willing to lend their time and helping out in the org. So yeah, thank you.
So nice. All right. So, what kinds of activities or projects does your org usually hold then? Let's have Bettina answer.
Projects. So we have 7 different departments, and most of them have a variety of projects. So let's, I guess I'll give a spotlight first to advocacy, in which they're the ones who are basically directly engaging with our community. So a major project that I think we're preparing for right now is called ACLE, which is the Alternative Classroom Learning Experience, in which we try to veer away from the usual thing that we teach them, and we use this time to teach them about arts, about other languages, the things that aren't necessarily rigid in our usual educational curriculum. It's a project that aims to foster non-cognitive skills, and especially in this time, it's supposed to serve the purpose of giving children something to enjoy, even if they are stuck in their houses. And we don't want learning to be nakakasakal. We want them to feel as free as possible, and so that their psychological development and social cognitive development isn't jeopardized despite this situation. So that's one project. And am I supposed to?
All right. So learning is really, I really admire this view on learning. Eric, what about you? Anything for the members?
So recently, for our EDGE members, we just had Tambay Week, and today is the last day actually. and it's been going well. So we also have more activities for our members in this semester. So just stay tuned.
Ooh, what kinds of activities do you guys have planned? Like anything specific?
Mostly game nights to like foster the org environment.
Thank you, thank you. What about you, Miguel? What was your experience? You had Tambay Week pala. Did you attend? Oh,
There. Fixed it. So yeah. Well, yeah, I attended, and some of it we had. I played Among Us, and then one game have a raffle thing that you can just put an emoji and you can win a raffle. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I still haven't won, and I'm still waiting for it. So last day today.
hopefully you get some kind of prize. Those all sound so exciting, no? But now that we know more about Ateneo EDGE, let's focus a bit more on your individual journeys as members. Tell us, what is it about EDGE that made you decide to join it in the first place? In other words, what was EDGE's edge for you? Let's start with Iva.
Okay. Well, for me, I'm really close to Bettina. We've been friends since grade school, and thankfully we went to Ateneo together. So one day, in the second semester of my freshman year, she was like, "Hey, come to Secfield. There's an org, Ateneo EDGE, and we're drawing on notebooks." And at that time, I was like, "Wait, is this a creatives org? Because if it is, I don't want to go because I can't draw." So I just avoided it. So I was like, "Okay, I won't." Until one day, nagkataon na may class ako in SOM. So I walked past Sexfield and I saw the EDGE people there. And they were like, "Oh, you can come with us after class." And I went there and I learned more about the advocacy. Then I guess it was at that point when I saw those notebooks and they were drawing and I realized this is going to go to a kid. And that kid is going to be looking at this while they write or while they draw. And it has messages. People do calligraphy, people draw inspirational stuff. So they're going to look at that and they're going to think, wow, like, there are people back in Ateneo who care for us. There are people who support us through our growing process. And I guess that's what made me want to join. It's really, because I really value knowledge. I feel like knowledge is important, but I also feel like having someone to be with you while you grow through and go through what you're learning is more important. So yeah, thank you.
That's so nice. So it's that impact, no? What about you, Bettina?
Hi, funny story on how I discovered Ateneo EDGE. It's because my cousin, shout out to Cheno Molina, who's already a graduate of Ateneo. Well, my cousin invited me to join the organization and it was kind of like bribery, low-key bribery, because he would help me with my application to Ateneo at the cost of me joining Ateneo EDGE, and I was like, okay, sure, fine, utang ko sa'yo to. And I wasn't active yeah, that's how I got into Ateneo EDGE, basically just to parang magbayad ng utang. But eventually, though I wasn't active in the first semester, I tried in attending one of the organization's projects just for once because, you know, I keep getting notifications from them. I'm like, you know what, sumipot naman ako ng kahit isang beses. So once I did, and the people were so welcoming. They greeted me with a smile on my face, and I was a bit guilty for not being active. But once I came in, they were just happy to see me, and it immediately made me feel at home, especially as a freshman when you're super anxious about your new environment and you don't, parang kumakapa pa lang sa kung paano ka pwede mabuhay sa college life mo. And immediately, once I got to know them, it felt like it was all right to be myself. It felt like it was all right to make some jokes even as we're working. EDGE feels less like an organization, more like some really big barkada. So that's what got me to stay in it. And after getting to know the members, feeling the warmth with them, that's when I started to get to know more the advocacy. Admittedly, EDGE is a small org, so usually when you tell them, "Oh, I'm part of Ateneo EDGE," people are gonna tell you, "Oh, what's that? Is that like speed?" Usually we get mistaken for speed because we also teach kids. But yeah, it was also EDGE week when I invited Iva to that project when I really had a good understanding of the advocacy. Because that notebook that I'm making, since I draw as a hobby, that notebook that I'm making, it's not just gonna be something I'm gonna look at after a few weeks and just say, I could have done better at this. It's gonna be looked at by a kid, and he or she is going to appreciate what I've done for them and gonna want to keep on learning, gonna feel motivated. That I just feel like it's a great thing that I'm reinforcing someone else's dreams. And it was through Ateneo EDGE that I was able to find that kind of fulfillment. So that's why I've stayed until 4th year. Thank you.
Wow, that is so heartwarming talaga, no? So yung mga pag-tag nyo dyan sa Facebook group post, may nangyari rin. So, what about you, Eric? What was EDGE's edge for you?
So at first, I saw pamads of EDGE around campus, and then I saw their slogan, "Live life on the edge." I thought it was like a skateboarding group, and I really became curious because I thought to myself, how is this allowed? And then I looked at it. They were teaching children, and then I received a pamphlet or a booklet of all the COA orgs, and then I looked for EDGE in there, and I read about it, and I really got interested. And then during Rec Week, I almost forgot to sign up actually, and then I passed by the org. I passed by the org's booth, and then Lance, my friend Lance, from EDGE, is standing there, and he pulled me, and he told me to join, and I was really kasi I saw it and I got interested talaga. So that's what made me join. And when I went in the org, I really learned more about the advocacy, and I really loved teaching the children in Marikina Heights last sem.
Wow, so that's the Rec Week experience, no? Hatakin ka lang talaga ng friends mo. Oy guys, join this org. What about you, Miguel? What was your experience?
Wait, I still can't get over the skateboarding. It's just so funny.
That's true. Live life on the edge.
Live life on the edge. All these edge jokes are so funny. For me, okay, so I'm a unique case because I joined EDGE only when I was 4th year, and so I'm gonna be here for 2 years. In EDGE for 2 years because I'm taking right now a 5th year. I took an LOA before that, and that's why a lot of these people are younger than me. And the reason why I wanted to join, so Kuwentuhang lang, short Kuwentuhang. Okay, so I wanted to join 3 orgs because I just came from LOA and I didn't want to let my org interfere with my ACADS. So I joined one, Celadon, because to be in touch with my roots, because I'm Chinese, yeah. And then second, I wanted to join AMP for myself because I love music. I eventually backed out because I got scared to audition, but yeah. And then I joined EDGE. I joined EDGE just for others, man and woman for others. I wanted to have an sector-based clustered org that I wanted to join for others. And that's why I joined EDGE. And so that's why actually the advocacy was first before, compared to like all the others, they were saying that, they pulled me in first and I learned about advocacy. For me, I learned advocacy first, and that's what pulled me in. And that's why I stayed, because I really believe in the education of children, that to help elevate their quality of life, you really have to educate them. So so that's practically it. But one last thing, I'm a Konyo kid. I suck in Tagalog, and I joined EDGE, a teaching org that teaches kids about teaches kids, and you need to know Tagalog to be able to now, if you know Tagalog, you're more effective. That's it. So I'm just telling you, all the Konyo kids out there, you can join EDGE. It's okay. I take pictures. I don't teach, so you can help regardless. That's all I'm trying to say. That's it.
That's still a good opportunity, no? To learn how to teach in Filipino, because it's a pretty effective medium then. So, ayun, still, I wanna know, kasi diba usually, when you're new to orgs, there's this feeling out phase where you explore different orgs, join different projects, and so on and so forth. Para sa katulad kong may commitment issues, charot, huwag niyo akong awayan. I think I myself am still in that phase. So, tell us your secret. Was there a particular moment that made you realize na ito na yon? Edge is the org I'm willing to commit to. Let's start with Iva again.
Ay, well, ayun, actually, sobrang feel ko yung phase na yun. Kasi nung freshman year talaga, I joined a lot of orgs, but I couldn't seem to commit to one. I don't know, I was exploring it, and I couldn't seem to find the one for me. But then, it was that moment at SecWalk, I guess. I didn't just draw kasi I met some of the people na rin, and they were really welcoming. We played card games immediately, and I didn't have to feel like I wasn't a member. Because from then on, they were like, oh, welcome to EDGE, welcome to EDGE. Just parang, huh? Like, it was very overwhelming, but also I didn't feel threatened by it. Then, after that, I guess, second sem of freshman year, tumatambay na ako sa org room, but hindi pa ako member. And they were very happy to have us there. They would talk to us. They never made me feel like I wasn't part of the org. And I guess that's what pushed me to join. Nung pagkatapos ng second sem ng first year, minessage ako ni Mika. Siya yung secgen that time. So, graduate na siya. Shout out to Mika. I love you. So, ayun, parang she said na, hey, do you want to be an AVP? Kasi daw sobrang active ko sa org room nung second sem. Then, I didn't even think about it that much. But, I don't know, I said yes. Kasi, I've been looking for a sector-based org. Nung high school kasi very ganun akong tao. Like, mahilig ako mag-volunteer and all. And I've been looking at sector-based org where I'm gonna commit to talaga. And when she asked me if I wanted to serve, I said yes. Because I knew there were other kids in. And I knew the org had a community that was going strong with them for a few years now. And I wanted to be part of that family. So, ayun. Thank you.
So glad to hear that you shot your shot. Tama ba yung grammar? What about you, Bettina?
Well, since, peeling out. Yes, I did join a few more orgs during my first rec week after I fulfilled my utang. So, most of them were animal-based orgs because I love animals. And I'm a BS Life Sciences major, so I was like, I think as the jaded freshman teenager I just kept thinking, I don't like people, I like animals better. But I think not all my decisions are like meant for me, I think. So that just that one time when I decided maybe I should go to this one org because I didn't really feel too welcome in the other orgs that I entered, and there's just a lot of units that I was still having a hard time balancing ACADS and org commitments at the time. So that one time that I said I wanted to draw something just to get my mind off something, and EDGE was providing that kind of solace. So I just went there, got to know the people, and committing. Well, it really just started with finding fun with them because usually for most part of my freshman year, I spent lunches alone with Iva. Like, we would just text each other and say, "Uy, asan ka na?" And it would just be the two of us in some isolated place in Ateneo and just talking because anti-social club we're doing. But yeah, maybe it's because I found a lot more friends, a bigger group of people that I can actually be myself around, and not just Iva. That's when I thought I can stay here, not just as a person who just goes there to feel like I belong, but as someone who can serve with them. So when I saw that the org had trouble, it's a small org, so there was a lot of trouble with manpower, and I was like, okay, I can offer it. And starting second year, I was under the marketing department as a creatives, and it just went on from there. The relationships, the learning more about the advocacy, and the growth and development in terms of the relationships between me and both. So yeah, I think it just became something so out of my control that I don't regret it.
Yun, so balancing ACADS and then your org, but it's kind of difficult now. Pero once you find that org for yourself, it kind of settles into place. What about you, Eric?
So last year kasi, in my freshie year last year, I joined 5 orgs. And I chose EDGE kasi they really made me feel welcome. And isa-isa ko kasi silang nakilala, and it was really, they were fun to talk to, ganon. And aside from teaching the children every Saturdays, I looked forward to our lunch every Saturday. After we taught the kids, it was really peaceful kasi it was fulfilling, and it was nakaka-relax lang, and it made me forget my problems, and it made me love the org more kasi what I experienced was parang I developed a lot of friendships with the people inside the org, which is why right now I'm trying my best to involve my pool more, because I want them to experience what I experienced when I first joined EDGE, and I want them to love EDGE as much as I do.
So admirable. So common ground so far, no? Yung tight-knit community nyo talaga. What about you, Miguel?
So me, I wasn't really active in orgs during first year, second year, third year. First year because I was in an honors course and it was hard. I couldn't really do any org work because I was always studying. And then second year, third year, that's when I had mental health issues. So it was kind of like a blur to me. So actually it's when I was fourth year when I joined like the 3 orgs that I mentioned a while ago. That's when I thought about like for me, I would say if I would like tell a freshie or something how you should go with orgs if you want to be active or if you want to get to know people, you have to like go to the projects, you have to be with the people, you have to get to know them, because of course it's not gonna be like magic right away that like you're just gonna talk to someone and it's like it's like this person is so super friendly and all that stuff. It's not always like that. So you have to be able to like, I don't even know the idiom for it, but like you're supposed to get yourself out there and be with the people, and then let the friendship develop, and that's when it starts to become better and better and become close. I mean, like, and then shout out to Eric also. Like, I was there in one of the times when we ate after area, and then also, yeah, I mean, like, as in, look at me and Eric. As in, notice. As in, Iva was the one who interviewed me during in Rec Week EDGE. I only met Bettina once, and that was one time in area, and we haven't even met each other physically after that. And then me and Eric just see each other in area a lot. And see, we're like, I always tease Eric, like, oh, it's Eric Chan, oh, it's Eric Chan, oh, it's Eric Chan, oh, it's Eric Chan. So yeah, like we're close already. So yeah, you just have to get yourself out there and you just have to be brave and be willing to share yourself also with other people.
Ayun. So it's never too late, guys. The org life is always open to you. So sa mga nahihirapan pa rin mag-commit, pero gustong mag-commit, take notes. Pero tapusin na natin ang paghugot ng past. Let's go back to the future. As we know, this whole online setting is reshaping our org lives, prompting orgs to come up with changes and innovations to accommodate this difficult situation. So for an org that relies on area visits and community engagements, what kinds of challenges is your department in EDGE facing this year, and how do you plan to address them? And if ever, like maybe regular students or non-EDGE members can help, what would you say to them? So let's start with Iva again.
Thank you. Well, ayun, admittedly nahirapan kami mag-transition at first because we didn't know where to start. It was like, I mean, the org systems were being established now for the past few years, but then with the pandemic, parang we had to start from the beginning again. And we thought, what if this year we focus on member engagement first? But then, that's very important. But then we also realized that there's a community waiting for us. We didn't know how to do our area engagements at first because we rely on going there physically and teaching. But now we're taking a more modular approach because we surveyed our parents. We talked to them. And we asked them what they wanted for EDGE this year, and they said, we want our kids to continue with the program. So that's what we're doing right now. We're currently at our first set of module deliveries, and right now it's going well. The kids are still participating, they're answering the stuff, and it's very friendly for them, so they can do it without the help of their parents or very minimal help. So it doesn't only teach English and math. We also included life skills in our modules because they're home all the time. So they might want to learn a life skill like at home, like making a sandwich or simple stuff like that to get them involved. If there's any way people can help out right now, I guess we have an ongoing book drive book donation drive. It's called Books Clues, and we're accepting books, preferably for ages 6 to 12, fiction or textbooks that will really help them in their studies. So thank you so much. Yeah.
That's so good to hear. What about you, Bettina?
Hi, thank you. First of all, nice plug, Iva. Thanks for doing my job. All right. So challenges that my department faced. Well, since marketing has mostly relied on a lot of online platforms, we probably faced the least changes, but we do have a heavier load, I believe, because now that everyone is on the same platform in the same place, which is in front of their laptops or whatever gadget that they have, it's sort of became our responsibility to make sure that we still are able to maximize our reach to our stakeholders, but at the same time prevent social media fatigue. Because we are recognizing that I think we are already in the middle of a pandemic fatigue in which people can't really take being in front of their screens for too long anymore, and we're all just aching to get out. So it's our job to try to balance how much we post and how many in one day, and what to post actually. We can't just keep posting the things that are fun or like friendly, but we have been deciding to post things that matter, things that like social issues, like getting to know the people inside our area and inside our organization. We're going to post more things that are more than what they seem. So one, it's also to establish the intimate relationship that we have with our advocacy and with our stakeholders. And so that I believe that it is in this time, during this time of crisis in which not only hindi lang tayo nahihirapan, especially our sector, it would be most beneficial for everyone to be in the know of these things and not I mean, there's a balance of being realistic and optimistic, and so that's what we're trying to really establish for this year. There.
That's really great news, no? So maybe we can speed it up a little bit. What about you, Eric?
So my department has also been facing some challenges with the online transition. Like I forgot to mention a while ago, one of our yearly activities is the water espionage, where we shoot each other with water guns in the Ateneo campus. And sadly this year we cannot do it anymore because we can't shoot water guns through our screens, right? So our what we plan to do is we made a Discord server and we simulated the org room experience in an online way, that so we can get to know the members more, and all the meetings are held there, ganon, and all the hangouts are held there. And so far it has been going well, and we only plan to improve kasi so far I think we're doing good naman.
Yon, stand Discord, guys. May trick or treat bot na tayo. What about you, Miguel?
Okay, so I'll try to make this fast. So even though I'm a member, I'm part of I applied for the internals committee, so we get to know the members, all that stuff. So all of us were like given like about 13 to 14 people of the members, and we're supposed to get to know them and do ICs and all that stuff. But for me, I guess the challenge would be not seeing each other face to face. I think that's one important thing. But at least we have the technology to, like Zoom or like Facebook video call, all that stuff. So I believe it's possible. But I just hope that the other members the members that are going to be under me, I hope that they'll be willing to do so that there's more of a relationship. But other than that, it's mostly just for me, I think we just have to be friendly, incredibly friendly, and we have to pay attention to the details. So like whatever they like, we have to know that and remember that, and then so that they know that we also care about what they like and all that stuff. So yeah, that's it.
All right, you heard it from them, y'all. If you're interested in helping them advance their advocacy, even if you're not a member, you can definitely do that book drive thingy. So thank you so much for sharing, Iva, Betty, Eric, and Miguel. We'll be calling you guys back later before we conclude the episode. Bye for now. Thank you. All right. So vibe check naman tayo dyan. How is our wonderful audience? I hope y'all stick around because we definitely will as we are coming to you loud and live from our homes via the Facebook pages of Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM Ateneo de Manila University. And of course, the Council of Organizations of the Ateneo Manila. You can also stream us via Radyo Katipunan's YouTube channel at Radyo Katipunan FM. We are also coming in via audio streams at any shoutcast online radio station around the world. So just search for Radyo Katipunan. We are also transmitting via the 87.9 FM frequency. So tune in if you are within the 2-kilometer radius of Ateneo de Manila campus. So I really do miss that campus. If only I could have a delivery service ship the physical Ateneo life to me. We did notice though that ever since this pandemic started, there has been a bigger need to ship goods and not only through the online stores. Selling goods and services seems like the most effective way to earn given our current situation. So all over social media, small businesses have been cropping up courtesy of young entrepreneurs. Did you know that our very own COA M Business Cluster, aka BC, has recently launched an initiative called BCatalogue to feature Atenean business owners? With that, let's welcome our guests from the business cluster, Shar Estrella, Angelica Lam, Tan and Ky Yao. Hello, guys!
Hello!
Hi! So
Hello.
introduce yourselves to our viewers. Let's start with Shar.
Hello, I'm Shar and I'm from BC. So I'm currently the Business Cluster Formation and Development Officer.
Yon, what about you, Je?
Hello, I'm Jet and I'm from PBS Management and currently I am the Business Cluster Administrative Officer.
Yon, let's see. Jen, what about you?
So hi guys, I'm Angelica Lam. I'm the co-owner of Klēo Activewear and currently a third-year management student.
Wow. So, okay, what about you, Kai?
Hi, I'm Ky Yao. I'm also from 3BS Management and the co-owner of Klēo Activewear.
Ayun. So now that we've heard these, let's focus muna on Shar and Je as the cluster representatives of the business cluster. So sit back, relax muna sila Jen and Kai. So Shar and Je, what do you do in COA M? What kinds of roles or tasks do you have in BC? Let's start with maybe Je.
Oh, okay. So for BC, for me and Shar, we're the BC reps. So basically, we're tasked to oversee the business cluster. So basically, the business cluster is comprised of 9 different organizations known to integrate business into their certain fields and core competencies. So these orgs are ACTM, AJMA, ISEC, AMA, BCG, LEX, MACA, MEA, and MECO.
Ayun. So ang dami. What about you, Shar? Anything to add?
Like what Jet mentioned, so we're focused to oversee them, but at the same time, we also want to provide support and aid to the organizations that is composed of BC. And then, oh my gosh, okay, ito yun. So, but we also aim to foster collaboration within our cluster para syempre, masupport talaga namin yung cliche naming hashtag na #OneBC.
Ayun. So do you guys have any particular goals in mind for your cluster? Let's reverse the order. Let's start with Shar.
Okay, so this year, kasi our main for the cluster is to instill a socially aware mindset among the members and in the community of the business cluster. So makikita mo naman to through our future projects and initiatives. So, yun.
What about you, Je?
So for us also, essentially, the goal talaga for the business cluster is to, again, as Shar said kanina, to foster collaboration and to be at the forefront also of practicing good business ethics and good business practices.
Ayun. So how are those in line kaya with the BCatalogue? Can you tell us more about this initiative, like how it came about and such? Let's start with Shar.
Oh, okay. So it initially started between a conversation between Jen and I. So since diba, we work together, we also talk often. Yan. Tapos we see our friends selling their items and creating their own businesses during the pandemic. And then sabi namin, oh, why not use our platform the BC to gain like to help them, like to help the business cluster in general. Like ang dami kasing nag-open. So why not use our platform to support these small businesses through the BC Catalog?
Ayun, that's a nice initiative, no? So anything to add, Je?
Yeah, so again, na-inspire talaga kami sa lahat ng friends namin during this quarantine because all we've been doing is supporting their small businesses also. So to give you a background lang siguro of what the BC Catalog is, it's essentially a 10-day long initiative where we wanted to gain exposure for the BC member-owned small businesses during this pandemic. So for each day of the week, we featured businesses per category, as well as some informative posts on how to practice good business and the importance of supporting small businesses also.
Ayun. So, baka may mga interesado sa viewers natin. Plug nyo nga. Where can they find or interact with this project, Shar?
Oh, it's in our Facebook page. Actually, we just finished our first phase for the BC Catalog. So we're wrapping it up na, and especially now na people are quite busy with school. So we might reopen naman siguro soon. But the catalog can be seen through our Facebook page, the COA BC page.
Ayun. Okay. Do you have anything to add, Je? Anything else to plug?
Well, secret pa siya so far, but I hope that everybody stays tuned nga in our FB page because we have some surprises and a reboot of some old projects coming soon.
Alright, there we go. So watch out for more of BC Catalog on their Facebook page, no? So thank you, Shar and Je. You guys can take a break muna because now I want to hear from the young entrepreneurs with us today. Let's get to know Jen and Kai as the co-owners of Klēo Activewear. Hi, guys. So I want to start with this question, no? What is Klēo Activewear all about and how did it start?
So, Jen and I have been besties since the first day of college. And as business majors, we aspired to open something of our own, but never really found what that thing could have been. So, come the pandemic, I was shopping online for athletic apparel because I finally had the time to work out again. And that's when I realized that there wasn't really a big market for it yet. We're stuck with all these big brands that were really expensive, and all the others that are available didn't have distinct designs. So after not being able to shake the thought of, I called Jen to tell her about my idea. And I believe this is something that I couldn't really pursue on my own lang. And I saw Jen as the most fitting partner I could have because in spite of our own strengths, they always seem to medyo complement.
Wow, kilig ako, no? Yeah. And actually at the time, I was already brainstorming some business ideas. So when Kai told me about this, I thought about it talaga. And I realized after some thought that this venture really had potential and it was something that I could see ourselves doing. So, starting any kind of business is not easy, especially for the one that we wanted to make. Planning literally took months and we were so meticulous about every detail because we wanted to be sure of everything. Syempre, relate naman, I guess, mga people there. And, there are also so many factors that you have to consider. And at some point, we were kind of thinking, oh, is this worth it? The stress and everything. But, we pushed on. And after months of preparation, planning, changes, help from people, of course, we were finally able to launch Klēo Activewear.
Ayun. So it sounds like you guys have an exciting journey ahead. But I gotta ask, bakit nga pala fitness apparel?
So one thing we noticed was that the pandemic made more and more people work out. And so of course, what comes along with this is their interest in buying fitness apparel. So as we saw this trend, we saw an opportunity we can take. We did our research and found that the local market wasn't as saturated yet. And we believe that we had what it took to start our line of products that would differentiate us from the rest. The thing is, we were always so used to the idea of athletic wear being basic or functional over stylish. But we envisioned something more than that. Something that when you wear, you'd feel confident and really good about yourself.
Yun. So does Jen have anything to add? No?
Yeah, so exactly as Kai said, we wanted something versatile. We didn't want to live up to the expectation that activewear was only meant for the gym. We wanted designs that allow their pieces to complement even your daily outfits. Both of us like to work out, and whilst our workouts aren't similar, like Kai with her varsity background is more used to like high intensity workouts, and while me, I prefer workouts like Pilates. What was similar with us was we both wanted cute and versatile activewear that didn't break the bank, and I'm sure that a lot of us, like the same people, like felt the same way. So we wanted to make sure that Klēo was a brand that delivered quality products and at a reasonable price.
Wow, so parang interested ata ako dyan. Of course, all of that comes with its challenges, no? On top of the free market's fierce competition, the current health crisis and its economic repercussions took a toll on a lot of businesses. So help us contextualize this more. What are some of the challenges that you're facing as a business owner?
Right now, as much as we want to target everyone, the current situation really takes a chunk of the market out. Like, as much as there are people who are willing to spend nowadays, there are also others, of course, that have to save more and focus on necessities. So we took that into account, and I believe this affected our sales. But of course, with any business, you have to keep going, just plan, and of course, do your best.
All right. So, despite all that, no, how would you encourage any aspiring entrepreneurs out there who are listening to us right now?
Take the risk. Starting a business will definitely scare you. You'll have a hard time putting what you dream of to life, and the process will take so long. It will test your patience. There are times na you'll feel so overwhelmed, and you'll feel the pressure of needing to profit. But just remember that nothing will happen if you don't jump in and try. It's really a learning process, and I think that through these experiences, you'll get to learn things beyond the classroom.
Yun, guys. So shoot your shot, ano? So thank you so much for your insightful discussions. Truly, business is a really big part of our lives right now. And supporting small businesses is one way to continue connecting with others, kahit may social distancing, di ba? So, for our concluding segment, let's call our guests from Ateneo EDGE back to the platform. Come on in, Iva, Betti, Eric, and Miguel. Hi, guys. Okay, so we have a quick final question for all of you, so get ready. What is the most fulfilling thing about your work, org, or otherwise? Let's start with Iva.
One word. Love. One word. That's 3 words. Love for learning. Yes. Yes. That's it. Love for learning.
Ayun, so love for learning. What about you, Bettina?
I can say it in Tagalog, paglalakbay, pagkikisama, just those 2 words, just encapsulate everything.
That's nice, that's nice. What about you, Eric?
Seeing more people learn and participate in fulfilling the advocacy.
Ayan. What about you, Miguel?
I would say empowering.
Empowering. Wow, powerful. What about, let's move on with BC. Let's start with Je.
I would say passionate.
Passionate. And Shar.
I would say fulfilling.
Fulfilling. Wow, that's big words, big words. Very meaningful words. What about you, Jen?
I guess it's really just being able to do what we love and also cater products and that we know others would also love.
That's nice to hear. And Kai?
For me, it's really a process. Like I said kanina, it's a learning process that we get to learn more things with the things that we experience more.
All right. So wow, those were also awe-inspiring, ano? We truly be loving that vibrant org life in the Ateneo. I hope our viewers were able to pick something up from you guys. So speaking of our audience, now's your chance to plug your initiative. So EDGE, how can students help you out? BC, what can students look out for? And also, feel free to shout out anything you'd like. Let's start with, let's reverse the order muna, no? Let's start with Jen.
Wait, hello? Can you repeat? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. So yes, this is your chance to plug your initiative. So like you can plug anything you like.
Oh, okay. So everyone, I hope you check out Ky and I's business, Klēo Activewear. We really work hard on it, and we're sure that we can, give good quality products at prices that won't break the bank.
All right. What about you, Kai?
So yeah, in addition to what Jen said, you can follow us on Instagram at kleo.active or Facebook with the same username. And we really want to just thank everyone, our family and friends who supported us.
Yun, take note, guys. All right. So what about the BC, Shar?
Okay, so I hope you follow our Facebook page and follow more of what we're going to do in the near future, like what we see. And syempre, shout out to our amazing central board for for helping us grow within the community, the org community, and of course our ex teams who are always there to support our projects, and the presidents of the business cluster. Of course, without them, walang BCatalogue kasi galing sa kanila ang mga members. So yun.
All right. What about you, Je? What can students look out for in BC?
Yes, so watch out for our future initiatives. We have a lot in store for this school year. So as Charlene said, please like our Facebook page and shout out na rin to our amazing core team for the BCatalogue. Chris, Sean, Arvin, Louie, and Odds. Thank you guys so much for making this initiative happen.
All right. So for EDGE naman, is it okay if Iva speaks for the entire org?
Sure.
Alright, so plug.
Ayun, yung book donation drive, Books Clues. Follow nyo kami sa Facebook, Instagram, Twitter kung gusto nyo ng updates on it. Also, may pasabog daw yung Finance Department na project tomorrow. So, check it out. And, ayun, like and share and follow. Ayun. And then, salamat na lang siguro. Salamat sa lahat ng nagtiwala at patuloy na nagtitiwala. Maraming salamat, Dagny.
Yan, ayun. With that, our episode has come to an end. Thank you so much to our lovely guests. Hopefully, we all learned a thing or two about how orgs like EDGE and businesses have been doing lately. And so since moratorium begins next week, Kuwentuhang MVP will be taking a break until finals. Wishing everyone the best of luck for the last leg of the quarter. Don't miss us too much, but y'all better be back to tune in on November 6 only on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Save the date, remember November 6. This is Dagnienko, mentally studying in Mateo Ricci. Signing off. Goodbye. Have a good weekend, everyone.